Hello, Shalom. Welcome back to another episode of Nellyvylle Reviews RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17, Episode 12. This is the charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent monologues. And this episode was very, I had mixed feelings. I liked the concept. I think I know where they want it to go. We will get into it. Let's just start at the top of the episode. Anya makes a comment about Lydia's mirror message saying, now that's how you write a mirror message, because it was something sweet, it was something kind, it was something normal, unlike the debacle that we had last week. We're not going to get back into that. And the girls go on to debate about how each other answered last week's question of who should go home and why. We expected this little bit of drama. Really honestly, I wanted the girls to be a little more catty, but it led to a little bit of drama in the beginning of this episode. So, it made up for the lack of honest answers from last week's question. The guest judge for this week is going to be Gerard Carmichael. So if you're familiar, he was there. He looked great. Not that familiar, but I'm going to look into him. He seemed like a really swell guy. Next day, the gals walk in and Jules is pushing Lana in this little bitty car, and it sent me to the moon. It was very funny. I was like, oh, they always come in with something fun, something extra. It was a cute little moment. Here comes a Rue to tell the girls what we're going to be doing today. Love Rue's suits. Rue's always looking good, but this suit, this was giving it to me. The girls had to pair with the girl that they think knew them most for a mini challenge. We haven't had very many mini challenges this week, but we got one for this episode. So everyone picked their partner. Some people was like, oh, why she ain't picked me? I thought we was cool. Man, whatever. Look, it's just a mini challenge. No big deal. Or is it? So the girls had to pick their partner, and they had to do like this little, they had to write this little fill in the blank bio about their partner, and then whoever wrote the thing about you had to read it as if you wrote it, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get what I'm saying. First up, we had Jules and Susie. They were the first pair to go, and Rue cackled. When I say Rue cackled, it was a sure sign. It was a sure sign that they were in the lead to win, which they wrote in some good jokes about each other, but he really had a good laugh at what Jules wrote for Susie. Then next up we had Lana and Sam. What Lana wrote for Sam, super funny. Then last up we had, and Sam did good too. And then last we had Anya and Lexi. Lexi just wrote a bunch of randomness. I don't know if she didn't understand the challenge or if she was trying to go funny, random. I'm not quite sure, but it was very random. And then Anya's, of course, was funny what she wrote for Lexi. Jules ended up winning the challenge. It was cute. No, yeah, okay, go ahead, girl. But because she won, she had to pick the order for the main maxi challenge, which we know how that went the last time she had to pick the order for the roast. For the maxi challenge, the girls had to keep their same partner that they had for the mini challenge. And then the challenge itself was they had to write a monologue. Each of them had to write a monologue, and then your teammate would do an interpretive dance to it. This is a drag race first. Do I think, look, I'm always open to fresh ideas for drag race. Honestly, I feel like maybe they spent a lot of the budget on maybe something else for the season, and this was kind of a throwaway maxi challenge, or maybe they had something else planned that didn't work out. This just didn't seem as of an elaborate maxi challenge as the one. This is a really great idea, but it didn't seem like it was workshopped enough, if that makes sense. While the girls are working on the challenge, we find out that Lana is a middle child, which leads to her kind of feeling like she kind of feels invisible, or like she's not good enough, the very much middle child syndrome. We know all about that. We found out that Anya used to be a spiritual vegan. Okay, girl, work. And then Jules decides to be nice with the placements, and you know, she decided, look, I don't want any drama. She just let everybody let the group pick what order they wanted to be in. Because, girl, I don't blame you. I mean, this is all already stressful enough. Yeah, it makes for great for TV, but at the same day, that was too much, baby. I probably would have did the same thing. Here, what do y'all want? Okay, good. We all agree. Great. If you mess up, you can't blame it on me. Hello. And then here goes Susie doing too much. So the girls are practicing their thing, and this is supposed to be an interpretive dance. It's supposed to be free flowing. It's supposed to be not so choreographed. And Susie, it just turned into a full Broadway production, trying to tell Jules every single move of what to do to her monologue. And I'm just like, I get that that's your monologue, Susie. You have this vision, but half the challenge is for Jules to interpret it and to feel it and to do the dance. Y'all know how interpretive dance work? Anyways, so that was going down while I was working on the challenge. Then we get to the part where the girls are getting ready for the performance. Susie tells us that she deals with alcoholism in her family, and then Sam mentions that she deals with addiction in her family as well. So the girls open up and talk about that, and then Lana says that she used to be a clown when she first moved to New York. And then she also said that she used to be a church mime as a kid. I've never heard of a church mime. I don't know if it was because I went to non-denominational churches, but when they described it, I knew what they were talking about. I've seen it before. I didn't know that was what that was called. I just thought it all fell under praise dancers or the worship team or whatever. I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently she used to be a church mime as a kid. So like, go off. And so Anya starts singing Amazing Grace, and then Alana did this interpretive church mime dance to it. It was a cute little moment. And then so here comes Jules, and she did like a little a mime bit, and it was a moment. It was a key. It was like the girls. You know the girls. Now let's go on to the main stage. Love the wig. That's one of my favorite wigs right there. Everybody was looking good. Love all the wigs. The judges, everybody came representing. This is where the budget went. It was not on this challenge. So now it was time for showtime. So first up, you had Susie and Jules. They took a very serious approach to it. And as we all know, RuPaul loves to laugh. And Drag Race was all about being funny and being silly and letting loose. And while there are these serious moments, and sometimes we do have challenges that call for you to be a little more serious, this show is really not that. So when they took this so seriously, I mean, unless you're really going to knock it out of the park, serious doesn't really land well in the Drag Race atmosphere. It just doesn't. I mean, it was okay, but it was just a little weird, and it was just a little too earnest. Next up, we have Anya and Lexi, who went in a completely opposite direction and were goofy as all get out. And I think that was the way to go. I mean, Lexi's interpretive dance for Anya's monologue was unhinged, but it was so good. Unhinged in the best way. It was so good. They both were so funny. Anya's interpretive dance was funny. Like, both monologues were good, both interpretive dance. It was funny. It was entertainment. It was good. It was still weird because the whole challenge is weird, but I liked it. Last up, we had Sam and Lana, who were kind of somewhere in the middle. They still took a more serious route, but they were not as serious as Susie and Jules. No one really did bad. It was just a weird challenge. So now let's go on and take a look at the runway outfits, which this week's runway theme is ugliest dress ever. In no particular order. First up, Jewel Sparkles. Is it ugly? Sure. Is it the ugliest dress ever? No. Also, I kind of felt weird about this runway category. Like, I'm like, yeah, I know the stuff is supposed to be ugly, but most of it was just, I don't know. I wasn't crazy about this. I didn't really know how to judge it. Like, yeah, you want it to be ugly, but it, I mean, this silhouette on her isn't awful. It just looks like maybe a bad 80s prom dress type of situation gone wrong. But I don't know. Moving on to Lana Del Rey. I mean, well, once again, Lana had already done um an exact replica look before with the Naomi Campbell thing, but now she did Candy Muse's outfit, and she might have done another one. I don't know. It's an exact replica of, I think, a dress that was supposed to be ugly. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't really know what to say about these looks. Then we have Lexi. I don't know if that I'll say this was ugly. I think that if this was in like a children's show or some kind of whimsical Broadway production, I think this could be a really cool costume. I don't know that this fits in the ugly. I mean, it's not. I don't know. On your nerve. This got on my nerves. I know it's supposed to be ugly, but this just Ben Delacreme, who did the pit stop this week with Money Exchange, had a very visceral reaction to this outfit as well. I just was like, no, girl, I know it's supposed to be ugly, but And then here we go, Sam Starr, who we all know Sam was not about to be ugly on this runway. This was ugly for her. This was about as much ugliness as you were going to get from her. And up close and actually on the show, this garment was actually very beautifully made. It was very, out there. It's not her normal aesthetic, but I don't know that you could call it ugly. And then last but not least, you had Susie Toot came out as a damn Christmas tree. I mean, it's tacky. I don't know. I don't know. This episode was just very weird. I don't have a whole lot to say about the outfits. I mean, you see it for what it is. It's supposed to be ugly dresses, and I guess that's what we got. I don't know. The reason why they did it was to commemorate 10 years of the ugliest dresses ever, I guess, that have been on Drag Race. So I okay, sure, Jen. Lexi and Anya won the challenge, which, no surprise there. It was very obvious who was going to win. In the bottom, Lana and Sam. Sam, this was her first time. Lana, this was her fourth time in the bottom. They dance and lip sync to Illusion by Dua Peep, aka Dua Lipa. We love the Dua Peep over here. Whoop, whoop, which y'all know what they call her, Dua Peep, right? Because Wendy Williams called her Dua Peep one time on the episode of the Wendy Williams show, and now people just go, whatever. If you know. Sam won, and Lana went home. This one hurt. Look, this was Sam's first time in the bottom. This was Lana's fourth time in the bottom. Even if Sam went out there and didn't kill the lip sync, Lana still would have went home because it's just only right. They both did really well in the lip sync. I cried off of this one. It was time for Lana, but such a sweet little soul. And it's going to be hard because we're getting towards the end. We really know the girls. We've kind of built these attachments and these relationships to them. So, yeah, And then her exit line, so cute. She says, she would look so sad. And she got to the end of the stage and she said, well, is the bus still running? Which, y'all know the inside joke with that. It's a long running, is the bus still running thing? And so when she's walking all back all sad. And then she turned around, she said, well, is the bus still running? Man, it was funny, it was sad, it was cute. I loved it. Then we move on to the Untucked episode. And really, you know what? Once again, I didn't get a whole lot of out of this Untucked episode either. Susie feels like her and Jules should have won. That's the only comment that I wrote down for that. It just really wasn't giving. It was a fine Untucked episode, but not a whole lot of drama, not a whole lot of you know? So, anyways, good episode. Very strange challenge, but I would like to see it again with maybe a different group of girls, and maybe with just some tweaks, because look, you got to shake things up. But anyways, my top contenders still stand. I think I originally, let me scroll up in the notes. One second, let me scroll up. Let me see what was my original top. Anya, Susie, Sam, Lexi, and Harmona. I mean, I'm still doing pretty good. Harmona obviously is already gone. Susie, you know how we feel about her, but we can't deny that she's doing pretty good. I think Anya's probably gonna win. I'm still pulling for my girl Lexi, but she really needs to turn it out in this next episode. She's doing good. I think she has 2 wins, maybe 3. She has at least 2 wins. And then Sam could do it, but I think it's gonna. I mean, stranger things have happened. I think it's probably going to end up coming down to top 3, to Anya and Sam. I mean, I'm sorry, it's probably going to come down in between Anya and Susie. That's what most people are saying. I don't think so. I think Susie is going to get her own way. I think it's actually going to come down between Anya and Sam, but I would like to see it be Anya and Lexi. But obviously, I got to go for my Louisville girl. So anyways, that's where I stand with all of that. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will be back next week with more Nellyvylle reviews. RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17 episode. Next week will be episode 13. So we almost about to crown Season 17 winner. Hello? Okay, bye.